Hi everybody, it's Dwyllis, Kiwi Scrapper from New Zealand. I'm here to show you a new project that I've been working on, and I've been working on a couple of challenges over the past week or so, and I've just done the videos for those. So I decided it was high time that I did something for our own home again, which is always enjoyable, working on something for yourself as well, because you can put your own taste in there, and you can put exactly what you want, your own colours. You're not constricted or restricted by the rules of a challenge. I mean, challenges are fun as well, but it's just really lovely to do something for yourself. So I've put these here. This is part of a collection I've been building up over, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, of shoe buckles. Whenever I see really lovely blingy vintage or old shoes in op shops, thrift shops, they're usually only $3 or $4 a pair. I grab them and then I remove the bling off the decorative bits, and I kept them. They're really gorgeous, aren't they? I've got a lot more than that, and I dare say some will get incorporated into, and that's a little vintage hat box there, leather hat box, for a doll's hat. Okay, so this is the project. I'm just frantically pulling off a glue string there. You just see them all, don't you, when you start to film. Now, I went over this with a fine tooth comb or whatever, and there it is. But anyway, here it is, the finished article. That's the hanger up there. I hope that's, oh, look at that glue string there. I don't know, little devils. Anyway, so that's the bottom bit down there, and then going up to the top of it. As you can see, I've done this as a wall hanging. It's not a soft wall hanging, it's a hard one. I use the back of an old photo frame, you know, the part that keeps the photograph in. I've got heaps of old photo frames and things around here that I don't use. I buy them when I find them in op shops. Sometimes I use the frames for things. Quite often I use the back cardboard bit, because it's just really excellent. It's tougher than cardboard, and it covers really well, and you know, it's already made up for you. So the first thing I did was I covered it in a paper called, I think it's by Authentique, if I can find it, which I probably can't. Yes. See, I'm so prepared. Yes, I covered it with this. You can see the whole thing is out there. The collection is Cherish, or Cherish One. It was $2.50, this paper here. So it's by Authentic. Preserve and cherish moments with Grandma and Grandpa, but I'm not doing that at the moment. Up here it says you are cherished, which is rather lovely, but I couldn't fit it in on this one. It's got some lovely things here still, so and the back is that one. So I shall keep that and use that on a future project. Never throw anything away is my motto. So yeah, so that's the first thing I did, was I put that, and it's a rather lovely paper. I didn't want to cover it up fully. There's some little pink roses down here, and you know, little pink rosebuds up there. Otherwise it's just these sort of creamy, pinkish, peachy tones. This is a fabric block I've had in, probably I bought maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I was altering some lampshades in the house and making some cushions. So I bought quite a pile of them off a lovely lady called Caroline on eBay, and this one I haven't used. I haven't used several, so they'll be appearing in projects over the months ahead or weeks ahead. She's rather lovely, this Victorian lady. So it's on fabric, as I say, but she's got this peachy, pinky tones on her shawl over her cream diaphanous gossamer evening gown there. The pearls, little pearl necklace I stuck onto her. She didn't have anything on her throat, so I just stuck those pearls on there like a necklace. So anyway, getting back to here. So the first thing I did around here was, after I put the image on, I started to build up some layers. I put in a plain cream frilled lace, cotton lace, all the way around her to frame her. Then over top of that I added this. I'm pretty sure I got this one in a swap from Sonia Steptoe, a recent swap we did. This is pink. It's two layered. It's sort of peachy pinky tones with a cream underneath. So that went on next. And then over that, to give it a look of a beautiful frame that was sort of going, you know, curving over the top. This was one from my stash. It's one I bought from one of the Etsy shops, I think. Could be piece by piece. I would buy quite a bit of them. Now that was just perfect for doing around there. Then I put a very sort of pale cream Chinese braid all around there, and over top of that I put beautiful vintage looking coloured whole string pearl. So they're not flat backs, they're whole string, they're whole pearls, and they've got a beautiful vintage colour in them. And that framed that up. I left that like that for quite some time. Then on here I wanted to fancy this up because it's a very special project, I felt, for us. So I put some sequin pearls. You probably won't get the glimmer because my camera doesn't, it's just the cheap digital camera, it doesn't capture things like that, unfortunately, but they're all pearlized. So I've put them all the way around there in those positions, and then in here on each little flower I've put a Aurora Borealis glass bead, very small tiny little glass beads there, so they go all around inside there. Over in this corner I put some Wild Orchid Craft, I think they're the Open Rose, they're not the Tuscany, they're the Open, and they're in a cream colour, and then I shimmered them up with stickles called Diamond in colour. Put a couple of sprays of pearls here, which I actually altered. They're Wild Orchid Craft ones, but I felt the pearls were too far apart, and so I just sort of moved them around, got them off their glue, and then repositioned them so they were closer together. Then I put in two Aurora Borealis crystal beads, glass beads, one here and one up here, and a little pearl. Oh no, beg your pardon, that pearl's part of that. So the sequins in the little Aurora Borealis glass beads go right up to this little group of flowers up there in that corner. And I came down to this corner, and originally I put a peach, which was like this colour. Oh, you can't see that. No, I'll just put it up a wee bit. I hope you can see what I was showing you there. A peach coloured flower right down here with this bling centre. But as I started to build up all the lovely cream tones, it started to jar on me. I didn't like it. It was too big. You know, I like the hint of the pink all behind this cream lace, and I love this hanger up here. But I just didn't like this in-your-face big pink peach apricot flower just sitting there. It just jarred with me. So with great difficulty, I must have stuck it on like concrete. With great difficulty I got it off, but I had to destroy the flower. I had to cut it to pieces to try and get it off that corner. Anyway, I eventually did, and then I managed to get the bling centre out. This is a flower that I made of vintage flocked organza. It's got little flocked white dots on it, and then I put another little cream organza flower in the centre, and then the bling on top of that. And for me it's a very, very baby pale peachy pink, and that just went so much better. So I really love that now. Then I came back to the frame and I cut out, I had this lovely scallop lace, which I won't crawl over to the cupboards and find for you, but just scalloped. I've had that for several years now. I've used it on other projects with dressing dolls for competitions and things. So this one I just actually cut it all out, so that I had 4 separate pieces, and then I placed one in each of the corner because it wouldn't go round, because it was in a straight line. The curves actually wouldn't go around that shape, so they had to be cut out separately, but that worked very well. So I've just sort of touched them together at the centres and the top and bottom, and left the gap on the longer side. And then in each of the flower bits I put the same pearlized or Aurora Borealis sequins, which are around here as well. I'm not sure whether you can see that. I hope you can, because they're really, really, really pretty. It's just all shimmery and pearly and so, so pretty. This is going to be hanging up in our bedroom. It's just lovely, with all that glimmer. So then I decided that that was totally finished, the whole frame. It just looked lovely. So then I started working down here. I put this trim originally. This is came in my swap with Sonia Steptoe from Australia, our recent swap. So that was a pearl trim on cream satin ribbon there. I put that across the bottom. Then I put this one, which I think was my own. That's lovely cream crocheted, well, not crocheted, but like crochet, right the way across with scalloped edges. Then over there I put the same as this one here, this pale cream, I'm sorry, I'm just banging the tripod, the cream Chinese braid right across the thing there. Over here I cut out a applique from a sort of a lacy piece, applique piece that again came in a swap with Sonia Steptoe recently. I cut out that piece there and just popped that in the corner. I popped an acrylic pearlized with bling in the middle flower, the daisy flower, and then tiny little, these are 4mm vintage coloured pearls, flat back pearls on each little point. So I hope you're able to pick that up. Over here I needed to balance it out because the way I set it, the photo not in the centre, which is how I don't always like things in the centre, so I set this off side. So then I had to balance this out, this corner. And then I started just putting in some Wild Orchid Craft roses, the same as these ones up here. Some Wild Orchid Craft Earth Lilies. There's 3 of those. Oh, sorry, there's 2 of those, and they're slightly different colours, but beigey, pinky tones. And Wild Orchid Craft small orchids, one here and one there. That one I coloured, they were both stark white, so I coloured them up with what's it called? Tom Holt's The Ranger ink stains. I just blotted over. That one's a little bit deeper. This was my second one, which I prefer. I was a bit heavy-handed on that one. And then all of them I just glimmered over, and the handmade flower that I made, I glimmered over with the diamond stickles, the same as I did with the cream flowers up there. Then I dotted in some flat back pearls. There's 2 cream ones, and then a vintage sort of lovely coffee coloured one here with the 2 smaller ones. This bit here and this bit here were the waste bits after I'd cut the arches out for these. There were some bits without the little flower ends, so I didn't waste them. I put one here and one over here, and these are the pearls there, and I put a couple of the pearls there, the same to match these little pearls. Now I didn't want to cover up the paper on this side because it's so pretty, so I came up to this end here and I put a rosette, which is out of a metre of rosettes that I got from off an Etsy shop. That could have again been piece by piece, but I do get from others as well. And then but beneath it I put a large metal corner, which was a sort of a brassy colour, and I painted it over in gesso and then in antique white, so it was like a cream colour. That filled up that corner. Then I put the rosette on top, and then this very large half flat back pearl, which I think may have come in a swap with Irene. These I bought off eBay, so I popped those over there. I got some pearl and blingy, look at Pearl and Blingy scrolls off eBay recently, and so I put this tiny little pearl one scroll down here, and then I got a silver, it's a sort of a Christmassy thing that I've got. Where is it? Yeah, found it in my drawer. I used some of this on my Christmas challenge project for Lily Lineker recently. Yeah, so I got that and I gessoed it and then went over it with antique white. That's it there. And then I just glued it into position. I brought it up over the flower, over my handmade flower, so that it just looked as if it was meandering around. Brought it right down the bottom here, took another piece and brought it around here, and that's sort of looped up and then disappearing behind the board. And then I went over that with the same diamond stickles to give it all shimmer as well. Went over this with the diamond stickles, a little rosette up there. I think, oh yes, down here there's this rosette here, there's this rosette up here, I've put two joined ones down here. You can hardly see them, you can hardly see that one at all, you can just see that one here, and put some stickles over them, and then built up the flower group over that. And I think then of course I put the peach coloured, that came from Sonia in the swamps, Sonia Steptoe. Beautiful peach colour. I said at the time it was just gorgeous, so that went up there. So I'm pretty sure that's all. So I'm just going to kind of like pan over it for you. Got lovely bead pearl trims down here. There's the lovely paper along there, which I didn't want to cover up fully. It's quite difficult when you're putting papers on a project like this because a lot of people just use fabrics. I like to combine. I like to use fabrics as well, just fabrics. I love using fabrics, but I like to combine sometimes in projects the paper along with the fabrics and the trims, and therefore I don't want to cover it all up. I want some of it showing. So I hope you can see that. I hope you can catch some of the glimmer. It's just beautiful. But as I say, I hope I'm not making you feel giddy and sick either. My cheap video camera, I don't have a video camera, I wish I did. My cheap digital camera, which is several years old now, so certainly not state of the art, just doesn't pick up all the finer detail, unfortunately, and certainly doesn't pick up when you get too close to the light, it starts flickering and does all kind of weird things. But I'm just about out anyway now, so I hope you like this. I have just loved it. It's taken me 3 days off and on to make, and I have just absolutely loved doing it. And it's going to go into our bedroom. Even my husband thought it was lovely, so that has to be good when men start